if we start electing candidates who work for us and not the billionaire class, if we think big and not small, brothers and sisters, there is nothing we cannot accomplish.
More people should be out on the streets protesting. You don't understand what's happening, and the Constitution's being trampled on, and we need to take our rights back.
No freedom survives when those who defend it are silenced, and we here refuse to be silenced.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Hold tight as we dive into the latest updates you definitely won't want to miss. On May 1st, 2025, what started as a regular International Workers' Day quickly turned into a massive nationwide protest against President Donald Trump's policies.
What kind of power? People power. Who's got the power? We've got the power.
From coast to coast, the streets were filled with voices from workers, immigrants, and the poor, all unified in their frustration over what they described as a war on the working class. This wasn't a one-time event, but an eruption of anger built on years of rising costs, job insecurity, and deepening inequality. Under Trump's second term, many feel the gap between America's elites and everyone else has become insurmountable. The administration's actions, backed by billionaire figures like Elon Musk, have sparked outrage. People are speaking out, saying they are tired of being silenced and that the country is being torn apart. As one protester put it, this isn't governance, it's exploitation in a suit.
50 states, 50 protests against Project 2025.
Don't forget to subscribe and support us as we move forward. The protests, organized by a coalition of labor unions, immigrant rights groups, and grassroots movements like the 50-50 Initiative, were fueled by what critics view as a deliberate dismantling of worker protections and public systems. Demonstrators pointed to the creation of the Department of Government Efficiency, which they accuse of aggressively cutting federal jobs, outsourcing services, and weakening unions. Public schools are underfunded, hospitals are strained, and safety nets like Medicaid are barely hanging on. But the outrage wasn't limited to domestic issues. Across major cities like New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles,
So right now I want to take you to the video from King and Story Roads of that big group that's on its way here right now. People started gathering at that spot in East San Jose around 2:30 this afternoon, and they started their march here to City Hall at around 4:15. It's going to be a little more than a 3-mile march by foot. We're expecting them anytime now, and this was put together by a coalition of labor and immigrant rights groups.
protesters also voiced their anger against harsh deportations and the erosion of workers' rights. Many of the demonstrators carried signs showing solidarity with global struggles, such as Palestinian rights, gender equality, and climate justice. Protests broke out internationally in Berlin, Manila, and São Paulo, driven by Trump's economic moves, particularly the tariffs that have caused job losses and slowed production worldwide. People abroad are also seeing Trump's policies as not only dangerous for the U.S., but destabilizing globally. The situation continues to escalate. Major intersections are shut down, and federal buildings are surrounded by protesters. Tensions between law enforcement and demonstrators are increasing daily. Critics say the administration's silence on the issue is only worsening the crisis. The situation is further fueled by Trump's tariffs, which some economists have called one of the most aggressive tax hikes on the middle class in recent history. The new tariffs are having a massive impact. The average American household is now expected to pay an extra $2,100 a year due to these tariffs. Goods imported from China, worth billions of dollars, are facing massive levies, with electronics, appliances, cars, medical devices, and even toys expected to see sharp price hikes. As the tariffs on imports from Taiwan, China, and Vietnam hit everything from laptops to toys, American consumers are feeling the pinch. Even the cost of apparel is expected to rise significantly, affecting families who are already struggling to make ends meet. Industry experts warn that the American supply chain is not built to absorb these added costs, and attempts to shift production back to the U.S. may not lower prices for consumers. In fact, it could mean higher costs due to domestic manufacturing. Simply put, Trump's tariffs are hitting American families hard, forcing them to pay more for everyday necessities. Amid these rising costs, protesters are demanding more than just policy changes. They want accountability. They want the government to reverse deportations, protect unions, and restore social programs. They are calling for fully funded public schools, accessible health care for all, and a future where working families are treated with dignity. At the heart of this movement is a demand for respect, for recognition of the struggles faced by those who are underpaid, overworked, and overlooked. The May Day protests have become a loud, clear message. People are fed up and they aren't backing down. They are demanding not just better wages or more jobs, but a society where everyone is seen and valued. The fight is far from over, and the movement is only growing stronger.